Composition books. We all use them. We all love them. I love them. If you haven't used them, you will be. But quite frankly, they're kind of boring. What we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to make a fabric cover for these, and they really come out very cool. We're going to do a plain fabric cover today, but you can embellish it any way you want. For example, I have a couple of them here. This one with little flowers that stand off the top. A crazy quilt. I love crazy quilts. This one is embroidered. And this one is confetti flowers. More later on how to do confetti flowers. So let's get started. We start off with a plain piece of paper. Piece of fabric. It is, for the standard size composition book, it's 11.5 this way by 27 inches this way. I did put a little ribbon down it just to give it a little something. How we got to the 11.5 is this book is about not quite 10 inches top to bottom. So I added 1.5 inches to give us some fold over. And the 27 inches is the full length of the book, plus you want to bring it in about 3/4 of the way on both sides. And for the standard book it measures 27 inches. So let's get started. What we're going to do is we're going to put a hem on both sides. You're going to fold it over once, fold it over again, and stitch it all the way down. So let's take it over to the machine and do that. And it's just a straight stitch. Nothing fancy, nothing you have to do. Fold it over once, twice, and sew. And this is going to be on the inside of your book, in the inside flap. So even if it's a reasonably straight stitch, you're good. Now we're going to do it again on the other side. And again, that is once, twice. Little double fold. This is a really quick, easy project. It takes you minutes to get done. Could take you a half hour if you stop and have coffee, but otherwise you're good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold these ends in. And I am actually going to pin the top and bottom because we're going to try it and just make sure that our book is going to fit. We'll adjust it accordingly. Cut my book in. Bring this one over. It's a little bit short. And stretch it out just a tiny bit. Now some people actually go through and have it all measured exactly how much to fold. I kind of eyeball it because I do different size books. Let's try this again. Put the cover in. When we pull this over, it's going to sew up nicely. So now what we're going to do is stitch across the top on both sides, stitch across the bottom on both sides. Let's go back to the machine. And you want just a small seam allowance here. I double stitch over the edge just to give it some strength. That is, I back up and stitch again. There's the top. Let's flip it over and do the bottom. There's one side. Okay, we are just about done. We're going to flip this inside out. We have 2 more stitches we need to do before this is complete, but let me turn it inside out. One side, the other side. And last thing we're going to do is stitch this end and this end and stitch those down. So let's take them back to the machine and do our last 2 stitches. And this is the same little roll and roll. We just double roll over. There's one side. Almost got away from me there. There's our cover. I'm going to go iron it, and I'll be right back. Okay, I did forget to mention, you're going to do about a 3/4 inch seam allowance, especially on light material like this. If you do a heavier material like this, you might make a smaller seam allowance. It's bulkier and won't turn as easily. And I do want to show you how to put your book in because it's a wide base. Start the front and start the back of it, and then slide them in together. And there you go. Easy peasy.